Hello and welcome. This is Darian DeFord bringing you another PvP full nature replay. This one's going to be of Borul, B-O-U-R-U-L, and can't remember who his opponent is, but it's pure nature versus pure fire. At least according to BF Cards info anyway. I got this one because I looked at the comments and it said T2 nature versus Juggernaut, and I was kind of curious to know how he did this, so we're going to watch it. It's Borul versus YenGFarm. YenGFarm. We'll just call him Ying. Let's see. Borul starts out here with a Swift Claw, and Ying starts out with a Scavenger. Looks like Borul is going to go for a Center Dash, and I don't know what Ying's doing. Looks like Ying's going to hang out here and defend just in case he does a rush. Borul sends in a Dryad. Ying responds with a Sunstriders. Nature has a problem with pure fire. It's if there was a spectrum, there would be on the opposite ends of each spectrum. Pure fire is nature's nemesis, and nature is pure fire's nemesis. He has a defensive mortar, which costs 50 power. So if I was Borul, I would go ahead and grab another well. Because that's 50 bound power. That's going to do nothing as long as you don't attack. So you have a Dryad and a Swift Claw and nothing. So I'm going to speed it up a little bit, see what happens. Looks like the Scavenger, it looks like summoned some Sunstriders as well as a Scavenger, and Borul did grab a second wheel, so Borul is one up. Ying goes T2. And the Scavenger gets a bite on the Dryad. The Dryad puts it to sleep. And Swifty is coming to the rescue. Damsel in distress. Damsel in distress must help. And good micro right here. He put the Sunstriders to sleep because Sunstriders are a medium counter. The Dryad got switched to damage mode. There we go. Shaman brought in to heal the Dryad. The Swift Claw is going to go to town on the Sunstriders. They do awesome damage, especially with their spikes out, and especially against medium. And one Scavenger and one Sunstrider have failed for this offensive. So it looks like Ying has taken a second well, so he is now T2 with 2 wells, and looks like Borul's taken a third well, so Borul is still a well up. Nothing happening. Oh, Scavengers. Scavengers, listen to me. Sky Things. Sky Things are pretty good against nature. Nature's main counter is Ghost Builders, is a small unit, and Sky Fiends are a small counter. So I won't say nature has a problem with them, but they can, especially if they're ravaged. The key with fire is when you're going to fight them, make sure you have some power on your side to be able to heal and or crowd control, because fire has no crowd control. Looks like you got some Scythe Fiends and Drake coming in. Now, the thing about this is he can only ravage one of them, so whichever one he ravages, concentrate on the other ones. You got a medium counter here, and these 2 Sunstriders plus the Dryad should be able to take out the Sky Drake if he ravages the Sky Strike. Don't forget that the Wind Weavers also have split or multi-shot, so it makes them very, very effective when you only have 2 or 3 units. And let's see what we got going on here. Looks like he's going to go after... Oh, there's an Envenom on the Sky Drake, so it's going to force a Ravage on the Sky Drake, which leaves the Scythe Fiends open to be defended. There's a Wildfire, which looks like it took out the Dryad, but saved the Shaman, but the Shaman's taken out by the Sky Drake. There's a heal for all the units, and it looks like the Sky Drake, Fire Drake does go down, and all he lost was a Shaman and a Dryad, and he lost the Drake as well as the Dryad and Shaman. He lost the Drake and the Fiends. If I was Borul, I would go ahead and go 2-2, and he does. He still has a good-sized army there. Let's see, Borul's got what, 220 or 260 plus people, and he's got 420 plus no units, and he takes a well. Ying does, and summons in a Enforcer. I love watching Borul role plays because he is so very good. I'm pretty sure I know who his rule identity is. Not that I think it's really uncommon knowledge, but I'm pretty sure I know who this is just by his play style. He's 1 well up. No, actually, is he? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Nope, they're even on wells. And the thing with nature going against pure fire, take your time. Don't rush. Make sure you build up some power to help you attack. And this is a pretty standard attack for nature's Ghost Spears Parasite Swarm, and usually Spirit Hunters, but he's got these 2 sets of Wind Weavers, which is good. And Borul is now going to defense. There's a Lava Field. Lava Field damages all the units. There is a Wildfire. Wildfire takes out the Wind Weavers as well as the Ghost Spears as well, and the Enforcer takes out the Swiftclaw. So that was a total of 200 power to take out 20 or 70, 40. What was that? 140 plus 80 is 220. So yeah, decent Wildfire, but I would take, and he takes a well. So Borul is now a well up. You got one lone Enforcer here to defend. Doesn't look like King is doing anything. And Borul now, this is usually your standard army right here. Like I say, Ghost Spears, Spirit Hunters, and Parasite Swarm. With this combination right here, along with power, heals, and CC, you are very, very potent against Pure Fire. And it's also one of the things I hate about Pure Fire because it neutralizes a lot of decks. Oh, the Parasite Swarms go after the Enforcer. I want your brains. That was an interesting swap. I'll give that. Very, very interesting swap. The Enforcer is now going to town on the... well, there is a way to counter Ravaged Scythe Fiends that I discovered using Roots and Mumbo Jumbo, and it is very, very effective, but you got to root them right, and it's just the way squad damage works. Got a Wildfire here. The will does drop. Oh, and Ying goes tier 3. No wonder he didn't have much of a defense. Sorry about that, guys. In comes the Giant Slayer. He's got 22 attack. The Giant Slayer is rooted. Oh, nice. Caught up right before he could damage the Dryad. Or actually, no, he did get the Dryad. There is a Parasite on the Scythe Fiends. Now, the thing with Parasite, when you're using it with Spirit Hunters, you got to make sure the poison's on the target before the Parasite is to get maximum effect, especially on Ravaged Drakes. Looks like this Dryad's going to go down, and you got Spirit Hunters against the Dryad or against the Giant Slayers. So with that offensive, you had a well down. Ying has gone tier 3, which means we're going to see a Juggernaut, and he's got one. Borul's got one set of Spirit Hunters left. So you got Ghost Spears, Spiky. I love Spike Root. It's one of my favorite cards, all-time cards. My guess is you're about to see a there he is. Juggernaut. Ooh, promo Juggernaut. Root the Spike Root does 300 damage a pop when he does that. You have a Ravaged on the Juggernaut. You got Spirit Hunters as well as Parasite Swarm going after it, and it looks like those Ghost Spears are going to go after the well. It's a split attack. That's good. So he's going to have to defend this. In comes a Dryad for the damage reduction as well as any crowd control. He has 78 power to attack, and Borul has 108 to defend. There's Wildfire. Takes out the Dryad, does it, and misses the Spirit Hunters. The thing about the Spirit Hunters, though, is it only takes just one of the squad to poison the unit. So as long as you can get the one squad off, you're going to get the poison going off. And the poison, as well as attacks from the Parasite Swarms, will outdo the Ravage, I think. I don't know. That's actually a good question. 1846. No, it might be about even. Enforcer. Ghost Spear should probably have stayed on the well to go ahead and get the well down, but the Enforcer's down. There is a Wildfire to deal with Spirit Hunters as well as the Ghost Spears. Another Parasite and a crowd control on Juggernaut. Ravage again on the Juggernaut. He's spending a lot of power. I like it. That's the great thing about Dryads is they have not only damage reduction but the crowd control, and it's great in situations like this where you're trying to play cat and mouse with a giant freaking Juggernaut. And he concentrates back on the well and another Wildfire. Will he get the well down before the unit? Ooh, yes he does, and the heal gets off. So I would retreat right here. You've gotten 2 wells down, but he's going to have to deal with the Juggernaut. The thing with the Juggernaut is you've got to intercept it before it gets to your base. That's the whole key to defeating a Juggernaut. And there is another Ensnaring Roots, and there you got Disenchant. And and he put a Parasite Swarm, but it's not taking effect because he's got the Disenchant on there. I think that's the green one. And it's not going to, the poison from the Spirit Hunters is not going to take effect either because of the Disenchant. Got Parasite Swarms doing their damage. In comes a Rogue and Kill. 25 damage plus great little crowd control ability. So if you can get some units surrounding this Juggernaut, he will be able to take him out. There is a Mauler. Now the Mauler's going to disable his special ability, so that's a good play. Ooh, and he gets knocked back. And the Stampede succeeds. So 2 wells down. So they're now even on wells down. Looks like you got, what is that, a Spike Root? Yep, you got a Spike Root. Here comes another Wildfire. Will Rogue and Carol make it? Yes, he does, but barely. And there's a Curse of Oink. And remember, both these units have a 25 damage reduction because of Rogue and Kill, which is now gone. There's a Wildfire, takes out the what is that, Mauler. And the Juggernaut's getting closer and closer to his T1 and T2. Run, little Spike Root! Run, little Spike Root! See, this is why Spike Root needs a buff, so it can stand up to the Juggernaut and say, hey, I'm king of this town. Lava Field, along with Eruption, takes out the Spike Root. Why did he summon Windweavers? Okay. I don't know if that was a misclick on his part or what. So you got Juggernaut takes one shot. He's ravaged. And Borul's doing pretty good defending this thing with just pure out T2. Uh-oh, it's made it to the base. And there's an ensnaring root. So it looks like and a disenchant. And now nothing's going to be able to affect it for a little while. There's a Rogue and Kill for the 25% damage bonus. Yes, Juggernaut knocks back small and medium units. Okay, Juggernaut, just charge. And an Oink. Nice. That breaks up the charge. Good Oink, good Oink. Rogue and Kill uses his ability. And we now have 2 Spiked Roots plus Rogue and Kill. That's 25% damage to these two right here. That's a pretty good amount of damage. There is a Ravage to try to heal the Juggernaut. Run, little Spirit Runners! Run, little Spirit Hunters! Get the poison on there. There's a Curse of Oink, which is disenchanted. Uh-oh. Is he going to get it? Is he going to get it? Maybe. Is he going to? Yes, and he does. Ooh. He takes out the well, and he almost takes out the orb. No, what? No, stop. Don't attack these guys. Take out the orb. Don't concentrate on the units. Take out the orb. I don't know about that, Ying. I would have concentrated on the orb. You're about to lose that Juggernaut, so take out the orb if you can. And Borul now goes T3. He's got 2 sets of Spirit Hunters, 2 Spike Roots, and a Rogue and Kill who are healing. That was a very, very good defense against a Juggernaut. Very great. Excellent. Even I learned a little trick there. Well count. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So Ying is a well up. But there's an army coming. Coming to get you. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Keep them doggies rolling. And a Fathom Lord. I'm guessing that's the counter the Juggernaut. But I'm just taking guess there, seeing how it's an XL counter. Which are great because it has Paralyzed for 25 power. Oop, there's another promo Juggernaut. Didn't see that coming. I'm surprised. Not really. And the Juggernaut's going to hang out at his T2. Looks like we got Giant Slayers. By the way, for those who really want to know, Sun Reavers and Giant Slayers' abilities are negated by Green Dryad. Just a shout out to my Green Dryads. And we got the 25% damage from Rogue and Kill on these units. And this Juggernaut should drop there as a Wildfire to heal the units, but he should have the power. He's got the power to heal, so that won't be too much of a problem. And Enrage, listen to me, Enrage. Ravage on the Juggernaut, and he's going to go after the, well, good job. You got the Juggernaut way the heck over here. You got Rogue and Kill. This well should drop. I don't know if I would concentrate on the well or the orb. I guess this, most people will tell you to take out the orb. Will Rogue and Kill get it down? And Rogue and Kill gets it down. Fathom Lord drops to the Juggernaut, and, Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm is effective, but it's not too effective against single units, and he loses both Spike Roots, but he gets 2 wells down because it does like 240 something to each individual unit. But if you have multiple units, oh my god, that thing will do some damage. If he has 2 or 3 units in here, it'll start at like 240, then 220, then 280. There is a Parasite, which is great. Now, if you drop some Spirit Hunters in here, it'll stack, and you just might be able to get him down. Is he going to do it? Oh, there's a Disenchant. Nope, you can't do it now because the Spirit Hunters won't take effect. And Rogue and Kill is going after him. Go, Rogan! Go, Rogan! There's another Thunderstorm. The root didn't take effect because he had the Disenchant still on him. And like I said, Thunderstorm's really not that effective against single units, but if they're less than 1,000 hit points, it might do some damage. The only reason why the Juggernaut survived was because of the Ravage. And looks like Borul's not going to take a well. Oh, actually, he did take a well right there. Oh, that's an interesting well choice. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Borul or Ying is up a well. Ying has 80 power right now, and Borul has 200 and almost 300. I see a couple of these coming in here. Yeah. Has anybody ever noticed how these things look like the little monster from the movie Atlantis? The cartoon, the Disney cartoon with Michael J. Fox. I'm telling you, that's exactly what these things look like. So I don't know if Disney got that from here or Battleforge got them from there. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Somebody look that up for me. You got a Skyfire Drake, and you still have the Juggernaut. Let's see what he's going to do. He summoned in some Parasite Swarms. Ravaged Skyfires are the bane of nature in T2. But there's not too much of a problem in T3, especially if he's got Thunderstorm. If he can manage to get an Oink and or a Creeping Paralysis off on these two, if he has them, that would really, really do some damage. It would destroy the Skyfire Drake and knock him down a couple thousand points. So let's see what's going to do this. I'd split these up a little bit more, and he's going to go for the swap. And he messed up that. It's supposed to be one shot from the Drake and then the Eruption, not the other way around. So he's going to have to use an Eruption. Yep, that was 150 power to take out a 100 power unit. And there's Thunderstorm. I love that spell. Good spell. Wildfire he was able to micro out of. And he got a Surge of Light on the Fathom Lords and another Wildfire. I don't know what the heck's going on there. That's slow moving at the wrong location. Should have been a little bit closer to the orb. Hello. And you got two Fathom Lords and an Oink. And the two Fathom Lords should drop both of these right here. Oh, another Giant Slayer. And yep, he uses the abilities of the Paralyze. And there is a Thunderstorm again. It's going to take out the Giant Slayers. And the Gladiatrix got caught into it, and this will drop. The Dryad was brought in here for the damage protection, and Ying is now down to T2. Great defense there, great offense, Borul, and the two Fathom Lords and the Dryad will go on the offensive. Dryad is useful in all tiers. I like it. I like it. And it looks like Ying quit. Great. The thing with nature is people rush to go. If you see your opponent rushing to go T3, they rush to go to T3. Don't do it. Save that power, because it takes, what, 250 for them to go to T3, plus another 220 for a Juggernaut. So that's 470 power that you have right there to defend against a Juggernaut. Use it, and use it wisely. If you know what's coming, if you can take out their orb, go for it. If you can't, sit back and defend. With that much power, you can defend anything, and that's exactly what Borul did. He used the power to his advantage. Excellent job as always. Like I said, I'm pretty sure I know who Borul is, and he's been around for a while, and he knows his stuff. He's a legend as far as I'm concerned. He's one of the best ones. Great. I plan on doing a few more of these of him, mainly Pure Nature and whoever else I can find. Hope everybody learned something from this, and y'all have a good day.